So, what if I told you that Oxford University is teaching its students a very, very specific way to use AI, a method that could basically turn it into your own personal expert tutor? Well, today we're going to break down exactly how they do it. And trust me, this has the power to completely change how you learn.
But let me ask you something. Are you really using AI to actually learn? Because there's a really good chance you might be falling into a super common trap that's holding you back. By the end of this, you are going to have a clear framework to become a much faster, much more efficient learner. So let's dive right in.
Okay, first things first, we have to talk about the AI learning trap. This is how most people are using tools like ChatGPT, and honestly, it's a huge mistake if your goal is to actually understand something. And this slide just lays it out perfectly. Look, on the left, you've got the trap. That's passive use. It's when you ask AI to summarize this for me, or write a report. You're basically outsourcing the thinking. But on the right, that's the method. That's active use. You write the summary, and then you ask the AI to test it. You come up with the argument, and then you ask the AI to challenge your thinking. You're still doing the work. The AI is just your guide.
I love this analogy from the source material. Asking AI to do the heavy thinking for you is exactly like hiring a personal trainer and then just watching them work out. You get zero benefit, right? Real learning only happens when you're the one sweating it out and doing the mental push-ups. So this brings us to the science of why this whole method is so effective. It taps directly into the most powerful way our brains are actually wired to learn anything.
And it all comes down to this one key concept: retrieval practice. Study after study has shown this is pretty much the most effective way to learn, period. It's not about just cramming information into your brain, like when you reread your notes over and over. Nope. It's all about pulling information out of your brain. That act of trying to remember, of struggling for the answer, that's what builds the strong connections in your mind.
And really, this is the heart of it all. It sounds so simple, but it's incredibly profound. We just can't absorb knowledge by being passive. Real, deep learning only sticks when we're doing, when we're interacting, and when we're forced to actually think and produce something ourselves.
So how do we actually put all this into practice? Well, it all starts with a huge mindset shift. You have to stop thinking of AI as a search engine or some kind of assistant. From now on, think of it as your own personal tutor. And the benefits here are just incredible. An AI tutor can challenge you, it can test you, it can probe your understanding, but honestly, one of the biggest advantages is psychological. You know that feeling? You're in a class, you don't get something, but everyone else seems to be nodding along. You might be too embarrassed to ask that stupid question. With AI, that embarrassment is completely gone. You can ask it to explain something in 10 different ways until it finally clicks. Okay, enough of the theory. Let's get into the really practical step-by-step techniques you can literally start using the second this is over. All right, first up, the Socratic tutor. Instead of just asking the AI, hey, what is momentum? Try a prompt like this one. You're telling it to act as a Socratic tutor. The goal here isn't to get the answer spoon-fed to you, it's to have the AI guide you to the answer by asking you smart questions. And you'll get a response that looks something like this. See what it did there? It immediately turned the question right back on you. This forces you to start digging into your own brain, to engage in that retrieval practice we talked about. This is actually the exact same style they use in Oxford admissions interviews. They want to see how you think, not just what you already know. Next up is the multi-level method. You start by having the AI build your knowledge from the ground up. Ask it to explain something like you're a kid, then at a high school level, and then at a really complex academic level. But listen, the most important part, the real magic, is step 4. That's where you do the work. You try to write those explanations in your own words, and then have the AI check your work. And technique number 3, you can turn your AI into an infinite test generator. I mean, think about it. Ask it for practice questions. Ask it for real-life examples and analogies. But then, flip the script. You create your own examples and have the AI tell you if they make sense. You can even get really advanced and challenge it to create a whole learning plan for you based on something like Bloom's taxonomy, which is designed to take you from just remembering facts all the way up to creating brand new ideas. All right, let's level this up with one more advanced technique. But listen up, because this section also comes with a very, very important warning that you absolutely cannot ignore. So next time you're facing a really dense article or paper, don't just ask for a summary. Remember, that's the passive trap. Instead, prompt the AI to create a table of propositions from the text. This completely changes the game from a simple summary to a structured map of all the ideas.
And it'll kick out something that looks like this. See, it doesn't just list facts. It maps out the main arguments and, crucially, the relationships between the concepts. It shows you how one idea causes or explains or is a type of another idea. It gives you a blueprint of the text that you can then use to guide your own deep reading.
And now for that critical warning. Seriously, this is non-negotiable. Your new AI tutor is brilliant, it's patient, it's available 24/7, but it can be confidently and completely wrong. You have to remember these rules. AI models can hallucinate. That means they literally just invent facts and sources out of thin air. So you must always be critical. Treat every single thing it gives you with a healthy dose of skepticism. And if it's an important fact, you have to, always, fact-check it with a reliable primary source. Think of the AI as a brilliant tutor who sometimes just makes stuff up.
So here's the bottom line. The real power of AI isn't in what it can do for you, but what it can guide you to do for yourself. By shifting from these passive requests to active engagement, you turn a simple tool into an incredible engine for deep, lasting learning. Your personal tutor is ready and waiting. The only question is, what are you going to learn first?